Hello, everybody. Welcome to this study of 1 John and working through this text, trying to keep up with my Greek that I've learned in seminary and, in all honesty, haven't done it too much recently. So this is going to be a good thing for me, and hopefully you'll be able to just see sort of how the text comes together, see what it maybe takes to translate a passage. When we hold an English Bible, one that's been translated into our language or around the world, there's been so much work, there's been so much study that's gone into it, and in my feeble attempts here, I'm going to try to just show why we get where we're at, what things mean, and as we continue on, hopefully you'll be able to appreciate a little bit about the gift that we have with so many resources in our language. Before I read the text, let me just put on the screen sort of the colors so you're aware of what we're looking at. You'll see down here at the bottom we're going to have verbs in green. We're going to have masculine nouns in blue. I'll go above it here. We're going to have feminine nouns in red. And then anything else, we're going to have it in purple. So I'm just going to put other. And when we translate, we're going to begin with the verbs. So let me try my best to read this for us. Again, Greek, Koine Greek is a dead language, so we don't really know how a lot of these are pronounced. Grammar helps us a little bit. But let me just read it for you, and you're going to see the verbs are definitely going to be the most challenging. But we begin with ha, ein, ap, our case. Ha, akekoamen, ho, erakoamen, tois, ophthalamois, hemon, ha ethea sametha kai hai keres, hemon, epsela phosan, peri tulagu, tes zoes. Okay, so we have a couple verbs here. We have a verb 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 here. Now, what Greek does well that English does not do well is that Greek actually breaks down their words in such a way that you can identify what the stem is, what the prefix is, what the post element of it is at the end, the ending of it. So just take here for instance, and we'll get to here a little bit more. I'm going to try to zoom in, see if this is a problem. But here we have. This is a relative pronoun right here, but all I'm going to do is just write what this is. So here we have our root. We have a K. This is the root for to hear. This is the verb akuo. Sorry if I'm writing a little sloppy there. Akuo, which means to hear. And what is this? Well, this is a perfect verb. So this is a perfect active, indicative, first person, plural. And what does that mean? Well, a perfect verb is a simple action that's happened in the past. It's viewed as being completed. This is something that has happened in the past and has actually been done. And what is this? Well, because we have first person plural, we have this here translated for that plural element. We have a we, and then you translate perfects with the verb have. So what is it? We have heard. Okay? We have heard. Let's jump over to this other verb. We'll start here at the beginning. And again, I hope this zooming in is not affecting you. This is a variation of the simple Greek verb to be, Amy. So this is actually Amy, and which is translated to be. This is an imperfect, active, indicative, third singular. So it turns it into, for the imperfect, this is going to be actually a past, and it's simply just going to translate was. So was, we have heard. Over here, let's go to our next verb. This is a variation of the just normal. We call it the lexical definition, or the the lemma definition. So this actual verb is orao, which means to see. But this variation of it here, we have our root here, and we have our reduplication here, and then our ending here. What is this? Well, this is a present active indicative first person plural. And I don't know. Yeah, sorry, this is a perfect. I was going to say, this is not a present. This is a perfect for C. So again, similar to what the other one was exactly right there. You can see this connection here indicating that K tips us off to the perfect tense here. And what is this? This is we have seen. So here we have a couple verbs coming together. Was, we have heard, we have seen. Let's go down to our next one. Now this is not going to be in the perfect. We don't see the kappa there signaling it off here. What we do see, which helps us here a little bit, is our eta and our sigma alpha there. So this is the lexical verb to behold. To behold, and this is what it looks like if you were to look it up in a Greek dictionary. Theomai, which means to behold or to look at. To look at. And here, this is an aorist, middle, indicative, first person, plural. And again, we figure all that out based off of the prefix, finding the root, finding any connectors, and then the ending. Again, I'm not going to get into the grammar here because frankly at this point, I don't remember much of it. Now I do know enough, but I don't know enough to tell you all what this is. But simply the aorist is our past tense. So this is an event that has happened in the past and it is done. So what is this? Well, we have first person here, plural, so we. And then we don't put have, that's for our perfect tense, but this is simply a past tense simple thing. So if it's to look at or to see, we can simply say here, we saw, right? That would be the aorist, we saw. Now, there's one little added addition here. Let me take away this arrow real quick. The middle is a tense in which it's not just what happened, but the middle means or indicates that you've done it by yourself or for yourself. So we can translate this, we saw for ourselves. We saw for ourselves. Then we got one more verb here. So we've got was, we have heard, we have seen, we saw for ourselves. And our last one, this is going to look very, very similar. This is also in the aorist. Our sigma is connected here. We have our prefix here, our ending here, and our root here. Now, what is this root? This is phelasao, forgive me, phelasao, phelafao, and that simply means in your dictionary to touch or to handle or to touch. Now again, because this is aorist, this is going to be simple. So let's just put touched. And this is an aorist active. So aorist active, indicative, third person, plural. Yeah, third person plural. Which our hands have touched. Forgive me, that's not going to be a we. Which our hands touched. This is going to be connecting to the previous part here. So indirectly, third person plural. He touched or it touched, which it touched, and we're going to see. This is going to connect to the previous word. It'll make sense in the end here. Was touched. But again, so this is not for ourselves. This is going to be for what we're going to find to be connected here. But yes, this is a third person plural which they touched, and that's going to be a plural. So see, this is why we're doing this, so we can keep up with it. Again, I'd love to hear some comments from more established Greek readers. This is something that I think each of us who have gone through it need to keep up with. So I'm really thankful for doing this. All right, so that is all of our verbs. Was, we have heard, we have seen, we saw for ourselves, they touched, and this is going to, just a little indicator here, this is going to connect to that previous thing right there. So now let's go to our nouns. Okay, let's go to our nouns. We have our first here with a feminine noun right here. Our case, the lexical form of this is RK, which means beginning. So this is a feminine genitive singular, and we can translate it up here. The beginning. The beginning. Over here, we're going to have our first masculine noun, tois. Tois ophthalmos. This is a masculine dative plural and translates the eyes. The eyes, but because it's a dative, we can supplement with here, with the eyes. So we're kind of piecing our thing together here. We jump back to a feminine noun right here. We zoom in. Hais kerais. This is a nominative, feminine, plural. The hands. Oh boy, I need to charge my battery. The hands. This comes from simply the definition, hey care, which would be the hands. But yes, so the hands, that's going to be a genitive plural pronoun. We'll get there in a second. And we have two final nouns left. We have toi logoi, which is a genitive masculine singular, from the definition ha logos, which is the word. So we can supplement this from or of. We're going to see that this is para is going to give us our genitive, so we do not need to supplement this right now. That's going to come later. The word, and then here we have our last feminine noun, tes zoes. This is a genitive feminine singular from the lexical the life. Okay, so of the word, or the word, the life, these are going to go together in our final translation. And now let's grab our purple here and let's fill in some of this. This is a masculine, our ha, these are going to be all over the place. And this first one, this is a masculine relative pronoun. So this is a relative pronoun. And this is going to translate, this time only, that which. And I'm borrowing that from the ESV, how they've translated it. This is a preposition from. This is our, again, another relative pronoun. And I'm going to translate this which. I'm going to translate this which. I'm going to translate this which. You've got that right here. This is a first genitive plural pronoun, our. Here we've got and, kai. I read that in Greek, that's funny. And here we have another genitive plural pronoun. It'll look similar to this because it's the same word, our. Here we have concerning or about. Okay, so it looks like we've got everything here translated. This is 1 John chapter 1, verse 1. Can I read it for us? That which was from the beginning, which we have heard, which we have seen with the eyes of our, right, with our eyes, which we saw for ourselves, and our hands, they touched, so right, our hands touched. You can remember this was at the very beginning, which our hands touched concerning the word, the life. And these are going to go together in that genitive way, concerning the word of life. We'll read it one more time, very smoothly with no more comments. That which was from the beginning, which we have heard, which we have seen with our eyes, which we saw for ourselves, and our hands touched, concerning the word of life. John ends us here with this connecting, this M dash, and we're going to conclude that thought in the next passage. But this is 1 John 1:1, translated for you, speaking of something that they have seen. They've actually touched the word of life. And who is this word of life? Well, we understand. That is Jesus Christ. So here you go. 1 John 1:1, dusting off my Greek. Thanks for putting up with it this far. And we'll look forward to continuing this in the next verse.